Hi, I'm Bill Meyer, PSI Urethanes in Austin, Texas, and I want to discuss today some of our more interesting projects that we worked on here at PSI Urethanes. We had a company contact us about wanting to get a new style of bass drum pedal that they had designed. And so they sent us an off-the-shelf product as kind of an example, and then a sketch of what they wanted us to produce. What we did is we poured a large urethane pad and we waterjet cut their design out of it. The urethane pad was large enough that we were able to get a high yield, and that dropped their piece price by quite a bit. They placed an order with us and it went great apparently, and they came back and wanted to buy more. So we have high expectations for seeing more of that in the future. I think what was really cool about that project is that it's going on a drum kit, and we actually have a number of musicians who work here. The guy who actually put that quote together is a drummer himself. So it was a really fun project for all of us. We had a customer that ordered a number of polyurethane rollers from us, and they were very happy with the results, and so they came back to us with another project. It was these little handles here that actually go on floor sanding equipment, and they didn't have a drawing or anything like that that they could send us. All they had were some older parts, so they sent us a part and asked us if we would quote it. They were having issues with the supplier that they were using. They were having some quality and lead time issues, so we were happy to oblige. We took the parts that they sent us and we actually used the sample to make the tooling. And we were able to get that wood grain feature into the tooling so that when we poured the urethane parts, that wood grain feature would transfer onto the parts themselves, and it came out looking like this. They loved it. We got the green light to proceed with the order, and a year later, they came back with another large order. And we did find a unique way to work with the tooling to get that wood grain feature, and customer was very happy. A company reached out to us via our website about some polyurethane rollers that go on portable traffic signals. You would see these things in a road construction area where there's a small trailer pulled up on the side of the road, and they have a light that extends out into traffic on a bar, and that bar had a polyurethane roller on it. Those rollers had a metal hub with a urethane coating. Turns out that the metal hub really was not important. What was important was that the polyurethane had a smooth, slick finish. They didn't want any grip or friction at all. And so what we did is we got rid of the metal hub. We sold them just straight ID/OD thickness rings and a high D scale. That actually saved them quite a bit of money and lead time, because as opposed to getting the metal hubs and having to hot cast a polyurethane onto it, we just went straight polyurethane. That customer placed a good size order with us, and a year later came and placed another order that was quite large as well. What was great about this project is that we got to see exactly how the parts are being used, and having that info up front actually helped us save the customer quite a bit of money by going to just a straight polyurethane part. Another company reached out to us with a very interesting application: industrial sized dishwashers, something that you would probably see in a cafeteria where they're doing a lot of dishes at one time. They have these robots that basically do the dishes, and these robots have these fingers on them, and they needed some gripper pads that they could put on the robot fingers, and that they could pick the dishes up with. And so we sold them some sheet material, and they actually cut these little squares out and cut these grooves in them, and it worked out very well for them. FDA formulation was very important to the customer and something that we were able to accommodate. Since then, we've gotten with our R&D department, and we're looking into actually being able to mold the parts ourselves so that they don't have to use any of their labor and time putting these grooves inside of it. So we have a couple of samples here of some of the parts that we've made in R&D. And we're working with this customer right now to find the right design. And we anticipate that we're going to get an order in the near future for these final parts. And we feel very confident that polyurethane is a great match for these guys and that these parts will last a long time for them. We also had a company that contacted us about a project where they're going to demonstrate pulsed power. And how they're going to do that is they're going to fill a large vessel with a lot of water, and they're going to release energy into that vessel. That is going to cause this very large vessel to lift up into the air with a tremendous amount of force and have a very hard landing on a concrete floor. And so they designed some polyurethane shoes that would go onto the feet of this vessel to help cushion the landing. Polyurethane is going to be a great match for them for this particular application because these urethane parts are going to take a beating, and polyurethane can absolutely handle that. We have formulations that work for exactly what they were looking for. So we're in the middle of that project right now, and I feel quite confident that our customer is going to be very pleased with the results. These are just a few examples of the custom projects that we worked on here at PSI Urethanes. Custom cast polyurethane parts is what we've been doing for almost 60 years now. So if you have any type of a project that requires custom cast polyurethane, you can contact us via the website. There's a chat box on our website. You can give us a call, 800-888-5156. We'll discuss your project with you. We'll work up a quote with a lead time and a piece price, and then we'll get you taken care of.